What's going on once again, everyone? MonkeyDude22 here with another first look and let's play of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine on Steam. Now, full disclosure, this game was provided to me for free by the developer Dim Bulb Games in exchange for my honest opinions and review. Now, here's what I know about the game from the press kit. Where the Water Tastes Like Wine is a game about traveling, sharing stories, and surviving Manifest Destiny. It features gorgeous illustration by Keelan Jet, and it's basically a game that combines 2D visuals with a 3D overworld United States map. Players basically wander through the United States and through a century of history to meet a variety of different people, and they all have their different unique stories to tell. Now, Dim Bulb Games was founded by John Menordigan, the co-founder of Fulbright and sole programmer on Gone Home. Remember, that was the indie game where basically you walk around the house and you look at the different notes, letters, things like that, to determine the story and kind of find out what exactly happened. Now, this is the first game by the new studio, Dim Bulb Games, and it's basically inspired by folk tales and the folk music of America. So this is the first project by the studios, and I can't wait to get going, so let's go ahead and do it.
You walk toward the house, hearing the sounds of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push it open.
Let's go ahead and enter and see what's going on here. Now, this game is highly story-driven. It's basically a story where you kind of make it up as you go. You kind of just wander the United States, learning about different people, talking to them, finding their background and histories, stuff like that.
It's a cheap buy-in, and not many of the other players are very good.
Let's take a look around here.
The lady fiddling with dice gets good cards, but has no real strategy. The man to your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of suit or any consideration of matches.
I wonder who else is here.
The man in gray across from you, though, he's good. He already had the largest pile of coins when you bought in, and while your winnings grow quickly, you can't quite catch him.
It's kind of a mysterious looking guy here. I wonder if we're going to get a full reveal of him.
The other players leave the table, sometimes with pique or with wry humor, leaving their winnings with you or the man in gray.
Well, let's keep playing. Kind of looks like a wolf. Kind of got the outlines and stuff. I do really like the art style. It kind of reminds me of a game called Outlaws, if you've ever played that on PC a long time ago. It was a LucasArts game.
It's just you and the man in gray. He looks at you, full of humor, and winks. Last hand?
I'm in.
He deals, you draw, and look at your hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact. A royal straight flush. Spades. Aces high.
Ooh. Royal straight flush, spades ace high. Well, nothing can beat that.
But the man in gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but it's more than you've got. You can't match that.
I wanted to go all in, but doesn't look like I have that option, so I'll just fold it.
The man in gray stops you. Now, if you like, I'll let you wager your word. I know you'll be good for it. Just promise you'll pay the debt, however I ask.
Well, I mean, I have a straight royal flush. So, I mean, there's nothing that I can do to lose that, right? I mean, check cards, I don't even know what that would do. I mean, I guess I would just look at my cards again, but, I mean, sure, you have my word.
The man in gray smiles. All right, then. I'll call.
Showdown. Uh-oh. Okay. That's kind of creepy. So it was a wolf.
Well, your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me. Your life, sure, but more than that. Your labor.
My labor?
You see, this land is built on stories. It's one big story, this country, woven of many small ones. Few of the small ones are strictly true, and the big story is mostly a lie.
It's a lie.
All the stories and songs and myths and legends start somewhere, with a seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know.
Alrighty.
To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories, finding the seeds first and then spreading them, telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy.
All right.
Most of the stories you'll find will be small seeds. They might be true, but they'll grow wild and unbelievable with the telling.
All right, then.
The more important stories are the true ones, the ones people will tell you about their own lives. Those often get lost in the weaves of the big story.
Ooh.
The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story. Tarnish it a bit, perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie?
I would think so. I would definitely think the truth is better than a lie.
Go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
All right. Okay, so got a couple of different options here. Okay, we can learn the Three of Staves. I think these are tarot cards. I'm not 100% sure, but they look like tarot cards. All right, so Three of Staves is travel. Justice's Choice, morality. The World is heaven, desires fulfilled, wishes come true. And the Wheel of Fortune is fortune, fate, and luck. And the Tower is death, change, endings, and moving on. Let's do the travel one. So we can tell the story about northbound train blinking its giant eye as it crawls through the night. Let's do that one.
Travel? That's your job. Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them.
All right.
People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliche in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
Ooh. Okay, so I guess he's just going to tell me about all the different ones. I can exit, but I mean, I guess I might as well just see what all the other ones are. So Justice is the Choice and morality card. Tell the story of the endless series of doors of different kinds, each leading only to more doors.
You sometimes have to make choices about what kind of story you're finding. Is it a love story or a tragedy? Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It's good to have a little bit of variety. Let's go down to the World. Heaven, desires fulfilled, wishes come true. Tell the story of the parting of a cloud of fog to reveal a brief glimpse of a land of promise and plenty.
Your deepest desires? Your greatest wish? Heaven? Big Rock Candy Mountain? El Dorado, the Promised Land, that place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine.
Right.
Well, I don't know where that is.
Don't know where that
It's
is.
supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet.
All right, I definitely will do that.
They're all searching for the same thing.
All right, so then we got the Tower, death, change, endings, and moving on. Tell the story of a black and gray city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses. All right then.
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you'll feel pain.
Okay.
Hunger, weariness, thirst, and despair. They're all part of stories, the part not often told.
All right then.
And death, yes. But don't worry. As long as your task remains, you come back.
All right. So now we got the Wheel of Fortune, Fortune, Fate, and Luck. Tell the story of tossing a pair of bone dice on a blood red velvet table. They come up snake eyes and wink at you.
It's just luck. Funny how bad luck seems to follow the folks who already have problems aplenty.
Isn't it, though?
Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you.
I will absolutely do that.
It's not all bad. You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people.
All right.
Not many who can do that.
Is that so?
Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not.
I hope so.
Either way, it'll be an experience for you.
An experience
I'm jealous
worth having.
in some ways.
Why are you jealous?
I hope you find what you're looking for.
I hope so too. Okay, so this is the overview screen, it looks like. Now, from what I know, this is basically the entire United States of America. I have no idea where I'm at right now. But basically, you're supposed to walk along to different towns, meet different people, share their stories. Let's see. Oh, so that's the border to U.S. to Canada. Okay, I have no bearing of where I'm at right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and move into this next little thing and see what I find here. All right, so we search. See what we got going on here.
This bungalow is being ransacked. There's furniture piled in the front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
Well, that's strange.
The two heavily armed, mud-caked women leaning over the porch railing share the same bored grin. One shouts at you. "Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?"
I don't know if I have any, so sure. Why
You're
not?
about to hand her a smoke when those men draw pistols and shove you hard into the dirt.
Oh, God.
"You know these girls?" they demand.
No, I've never seen it before in my
Once
life.
they've dumped your bag out into the road, they decide you're harmless. "If you were selling booze, too, you'd have a lot more cash," sneers one. On the porch behind him, the two bootleggers are fingering their empty rifles, grinning in disappointment.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on there. Okay, so I have a story here. Okay, so I think I can basically use these stories to talk to different people. I wonder if there's a... Oh, I wonder what that was. So hold shift, and it looks like there's like a musical thing that's going on here. Maybe I'm walking faster like this? Seems like it. Let's see, there's another farmhouse over here. Oh, okay. Looks like we're in Maine. Maine to New Hampshire. Okay, so... Portland. So this is Portland, Maine. Alright, I'm trying to get my bearings. So this would be north. Yes, okay, so here's north. So if I go west, I'm going to end up going to New Hampshire and keep it on going on. Well, let's try to get to... Let's try to get across the country if we can. Let's try to go to... maybe California, maybe Seattle, something like that. Let's see if we can go... Let's go all the way across the north. See if we can get over to... let's try to go to Washington State and Seattle. Let's see if we can end up there. Alright, so what's this? Let's check this place out.
They don't come every year, you know. The old man is sitting at the edge of a rotting old pier, crooked legs dangling over the water. He watches a pair of seagulls preen and groom each other on a rock just off the shore.
Well, I wonder why.
Just when the fishing is going to be good. He taps great, black, thick globs of spent tobacco out of a huge ceramic pipe. I got another year, I guess.
One more year of what?
Another year of this town being here, he replies, letting a grin spread across his face. If the seagulls came, that means enough fish to keep it in place.
Well, all right then. All right, so I got another story, the seagulls and the fishermen. Let's keep on going. Now, I know you can hitchhike, and I'm assuming cars will come along this road, and you can basically just hitchhike to the next city. I don't know what that looks like or what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to keep walking along this road. Maybe something will happen. I wonder what the control is for that. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. All right, so options. Okay, so we can change the resolution, quality, anti-aliasing, full screen VSync language. Let's take a look at the controls real quick. Okay, so hitchhike is Q. WASD is the movement. Whistle is control. I have an inventory and a map. I can take a look at a map, and I can recenter the camera. Okay. All right, let's take a look and see what the map looks like here. So we hit the M key to open that map. All right. So let's see. We can scroll out. Oh wow, this is a fairly big map here. I recognize some of these roads, but I think the highways are different. Because I grew up in St. Louis, and this highway right here, 50. This is Highway 70. Like 50 turns into 40 here. This is Highway 70. And then 50 right here. This is 55, and it goes all the way up, all the way, through Illinois and whatnot. So this is okay. So it's the United States, but the highways are a little bit different. So I definitely cannot be going by those numbers. Yeah, so if we're going to try to do this, let's see where we are now. We're all the way up here. So this is us right here. We need to go all the way down to like Route 95 and then go all the way across to get up to Washington. So that's going to be the final destination, but it looks like there's river crossings, train yards. Okay, so we can click these and we can basically remove them. Okay, so here's all the cities. Let's see, roads. Keep the roads and the cities on. River crossings. Let's go ahead and do that. So journey log. Okay, so this is basically the start of my journey. Here's wherever my end is. And these are the different stories that I've gotten there. And here's, oh God, 219 stories gathered. That's a lot of stories. Inventory, I've got a pair of dice, so that's what I've got right now. Okay, so that's what we got. Let's go ahead and keep moving on and see what we find here. All right, so let's continue down the road. And the whistle, I believe, is what makes me walk faster. Oop, screwed that up. Let's check out Burlington here. This looks like a city. All right, let's see what we got here. Searching this little barn
You
thing.
hear the whippoorwill first, shrill and close. Then you see him, high up above the black streaks of wires. A lineman, fraying belt holding him to the pole. The damned bird has come to perch on a power line, stare hungrily at the man's soul.
Let's go ahead and watch him.
He's unsteady. His hands are shaky, and his body sways in the wind. You spot his tool bag next to the pole, worn and frayed, much like the man. A half-gone bottle of cheap rye pokes out of it.
Let's take the bottle.
What's he gonna do? Come down from the pole? You snatch it from his bag in one quick motion and walk away. Hey! He starts, but whatever he's about to say slips into a slurred whine as his belt snaps.
Uh-oh.
His body plummets, and his limbs go slack with the understanding of what is happening to him. He tumbles into the tall, dry grass by the side of the road with a muffled noise. all you hear is the call of the whippoorwill. Eager, loud, thankful.
Thankful. All right. The Drunkard Lineman. Okay, let's take a look and see what we got going on in this one here.
Muddling through the dark, you stumble into the path of the white deer. Its beauty strikes you at once. It is something otherworldly, beyond borders, a moon swimming in the void. Human shouts not far away break the spell. The deer's ears prick up. This thing is being hunted.
All right. Well, let's help the deer.
You know a way out of here. As the hunter's cries get louder, you approach the deer carefully, palms outstretched. As you grow close, your features become clearer in the light of the deer's aura. It bolts into the path of an oncoming train.
Well, that's not good. I mean, you definitely don't want to bolt into an oncoming train. We'll just assume that he lived. I mean, we can assume that, right? All right, let's see here. So we're gonna head into New York. Let's see. Trying to see what we got on the map here. Yep. All right, still going west. So we've gone into New York now. Let's see if we can whistle while we stroll. Whistling my way across the country. See what we got going on up here. It's like a church. See what we got going on here.
He leans against a fence and turns to face you as you pass him by. At his back is a bag full of bird seed. He assures you that the gawky birds perching on his body are the last remaining passenger pigeons.
I thought they were extinct.
They look extinct to you?
You're not sure those dull gray pigeons look anything like the pictures you've seen of passenger pigeons, though you can't help thinking they stare at you a little too intently.
Say, you like birds?
Sure.
They're lovely creatures. Guileless, really.
Hunted damn near to extinction, weren't you? He strokes one of his birds under the chin. You think you see drips of blood flecking the creature's dirty gray head.
Excuse me?
You sense it's about time you start moving on.
You be kind to the little birds now, you hear?
You hurry along the road, though the flapping of ungainly wings seems to follow you for hours.
Let's go moving on. Got the Pigeon Keeper story. All right. I'm assuming that there's going to be something here eventually to where I can talk about these stories. And I don't really know. I mean, I'm assuming this is a road. That's what I'm walking on right now. I'm assuming that. Let's see. Maybe if I hold my thumb out, maybe a car will come along. And I can use that to, you know, get in a car and go to the next city. Let's see, we're heading towards Buffalo. I wonder if we'll head towards Niagara Falls, maybe. Maybe that'll be a destination. Definitely seems like a bigger city here, Buffalo. I got two different places I can go. Looks like they're just more stories. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one.
Outside the small thicket of apple trees, the phrase "tended to by John Chapman" is carved into a fence post. Nearby, a hound lies on its side, perfectly still. Flies buzz around its ears. But a grizzled man pauses at his digging to shoo them off.
I can go ahead and help him dig.
There's an extra shovel. With it, the two of you make short work of the grave. He tells you about his beliefs. why he's raising apple orchards in the middle of the country. It's a sin to graft, he tells you. Hurts the tree. Eventually, the hole is deep enough.
All right, bear witness.
He stoops to the ground and lowers the pup into the earth. Tears flow freely. I'll see him again in heaven, he tells you. Our souls are bound by love. He wipes his eyes. I don't think I can bear to stay here, though. Maybe I'll set out again.
Such sad stories. Let's take a look at this one.
The woman walks the small town square with the poise of Betty Davis. The confident stride and inimitable mannerisms elevating the sidewalk into a plush Hollywood carpet. And wrapped around her neck, a yellow velvet ribbon, bright as an ocean sunrise. You question a well-dressed man parked outside an oyster house. Prudish woman. I took her on a fine date, and she didn't remove so much as a ribbon. Excuse me, can you step back from the coupe? That's the spirit. You decide to seek a second opinion. You talk with a waitress smoking outside a diner. Something funny about her. Just showed up one day. Doesn't work, doesn't live anywhere as far as I know. Just around. Myself, I'd love to know who made all her beautiful clothes.
Let's approach her.
You ask the woman if you may join her at a public bench.
You may. Lovely outside, isn't it?
Her eyes are a beautiful shade of brown. Beneath the yellow ribbon, a thick, fibrous scar wraps around her throat.
Weather like this, it reminds me of Paris.
Reminds of Paris. All right. Okay, so we're heading into Pennsylvania now, or we can head south towards New York City, maybe? Let's just keep heading west. Oh, okay. I see off in the distance there, I seen a car. Okay. See, maybe we can hitch a ride to the next city, all the way wherever that is, because they're going for a long way. See if I can get there in time to catch a car. Yep, here we go. All right, hold your thumb out. Okay, so this is what a road looks like. Dotted lines. Nope, it just kept going. Maybe I got to be standing on the road? Keep walking with the road, maybe? Okay, so this is heading to Pittsburgh. Maybe I just want to head into Pittsburgh. See, some city is off in the distance there. Oh, there's a train. All right, let's see if we can catch a ride here. Nope. I go on the train? Nope. Maybe I can't hitchhike? They're just not stopping for me. Maybe I have to stand on the side of the road. Let's just try this. Or maybe they're just... Maybe not everybody will take a hitchhiker. That could very well be the case. All right, I'll just keep walking here. Let's see. Let's head into Pittsburgh. Looks like it's a bigger city here, so maybe there's more for me to do other than just pick up stories. Let's see what's going on here.
The edge of summer has turned the ocean choppy and misanthropic, and the skies miserably gray. The boardwalk prophetess lured you into her tent with a promise to read a fortune for free. Seems like business has slowed to a crawl already.
Let's sit at her table.
Before you lie the instruments of her profession. There's tarot cards, Rider-Waite, but also Marseille for traditionalists, rosary beads and costume jewelry, And of course, the centerpiece, a great glass globe.
Listen to your fortune.
With practiced theatricality, she goes directly for the crystal ball, letting her eyes unfocus as though she can see a great distance into it. She brings up names, places, asks if you've known someone called John, if you have a relative in Newark.
So I can be a good sport or I can be a dick. Good sport or be a dick. Let's be a good sport.
You latch on to what she says, and together you dance towards some insights about your romantic prospects. It's relieving to meet an honest charlatan instead of the ghouls and ghasts of the road. You might even say you're having fun, until she abruptly stops talking.
Ask her what's wrong.
Your eyes, she says, her voice suddenly drained of the bassy drama that was her stock in trade. You've met him. You've seen him, too. You carry him with you.
Yes, did you miss me?
The words that come out of your mouth are not your own. They seem unwilling or unable to form properly out of a human throat. They're more like snarls, warning noises of a vicious animal.
Let's try to move.
The glass globe shatters. Your vision is hazy, and your body is not your own. You came far to get away from me, the voice lodged inside you says. But this one has a way of wandering. The fortune teller has collapsed, cowering. Consider your debt to me repaid.
It's a little creepy.
When you come to your senses, you're lying face down on the rough wood of the boardwalk, sore and weak. An empty patch of wood, cleaner than the surrounding planks, is all that remains of the fortune teller's tent.
Okay. Let's see. Let's keep on going here. Actually, what is this one? This might be some kind of job or something. This is a different icon. Let's see what's going on here.
His clothes are expensive, but unkempt. A tailored jacket stretched and warped out of its best fit by long days on the road. His thinning frame weighs down the boxcar next to yours. You got a light, friend?
Sure.
You offer a match, which bends and nearly snaps as he scratches it against the pitted iron edge of the boxcar. Thanks, he mumbles, perching one last cigarette on his lip.
So where are you going?
Don't rightly know where I'm going. You notice how deeply wrinkled his clothes are. It's as though a huge hand plucked him from a high society party and crumpled him up like a sheet of paper. Don't rightly know how I got going, either.
Why?
They built a railway just past Missy Hudson's estate. A damned racket ruined our soiree. Might have been a few bottles of Armagnac too many when I walked down the tracks to tell them to keep it quiet. He drags on the cigarette, but you never see him exhale.
All right. Well, I got a lot of different stories now. Let's see if I can get a hitchhike to the next city here. There's a lot of people. Oh, maybe I can take hop a train. All right, so we can go to Philadelphia, which that's not even in the way I want to go. That's going to go back the other way. So let's just keep going down the road, and maybe somebody will pick us up. I am liking the art in this game. The art direction's really, really awesome looking. And then the overworld is kind of interesting too. It's a really interesting take on the U.S. I can't really picture like what. Oh, I got a ride. Somebody actually stopped for me. Did they? Oh no, he left me. Oh, I let go of the button too soon. All right, maybe this guy will stop. No, he's not gonna stop. All right, keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Keeping on, keeping on. All right, so we're going into Ohio and Cleveland. All right, let's see what we got going on in Cleveland here. We can search. Search a
The
big
man
farm
lowers
building.
his paper as you come near. His weather-beaten face is drawn. They say it's spreading. The dust is strangling the land. Half my cattle suffocated in the last storm. We cut open the carcasses to salvage the meat. They were filled with mud.
Wow,
He licks his cracked
it's kind of
lips.
gross.
They stay dry. His land is dying. If the harvest fails again, people will too. You look past him, over his dust-choked fields. You can't imagine anything growing here.
Can't you move away?
Where would we go? My family came here for a fresh start. All we have is our claim. His voice is hoarse. We came here when there was no more work back home. Now this. If we leave, it'll just be something else.
Well, take your leave.
Your skin prickles gently, though the sky is still clear. Duster's on its way. Big one. He calls after you. Come by in a week. I doubt there'll be a building left standing.
Move on. Lots of stories here. All right, let's see if we can hitchhike. Hitchhike. Oh, wow. There's Detroit. So we're getting over into Michigan pretty soon. Let's see if this guy will pick me up. Come on. Yep. You get a ride. How did I screw that up? How did I screw that up? Nope, they're going to keep going. Alright, I don't really have any desire to go to Michigan, but Detroit is a big city. I wonder if there's... Oh. There we go. I think I got in this one. Yep, I got in that car. Take a ride to Detroit. Let's see what we can find here. Is it going to drop me off in the city, or is it going to keep going? Yep, he's going to stop right here in Detroit. Alright, so let's see. Enter Detroit. What's that weird feeling in the air? Something between dread and frantic optimism. Maybe everywhere you look, there's looming factories filled with churning machines and new unions, they say. Alright, well, let's explore a little bit.
The rain is coming down so hard. It's a wonder the sidewalk hasn't started to crack. You manage to find a narrow patch under a ledge where you can stay dry.
We'll wait out the rain.
A squat man, bundled up in a black fur coat and matching hat, approaches. The thick rain flattens and mats his fur. He squints up at you.
You're in my spot.
He crows.
So we can refuse to move, or we can give up the spot. I mean, for all we know, he could be an older guy and he can't really handle it. Let's just go ahead and give him the spot.
He thanks you as you step aside, back into the rain. You keep walking, hoping to find more shelter. Now that you see the man from a distance, you're not sure the fur is a coat. A pair of red eyes shine back at you.
Ooh, maybe it was a
The
werewolf.
rain stops a minute later. You look back up the road, but the squat man is gone.
Ooh. Who could it be? All right, let's try to earn some money. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. So I can panhandle or I can look for work. I mean, it is Detroit. There's got to be a lot of engineering stuff, I would think. So let's try to look for some work. You join a crew of laborers waiting at the street corner. Soon a truck pulls up and everyone jumps in the back. The job's good, one woman assures you. You ride a short way before the truck pulls up behind a factory. Everyone hops out and starts putting on heavy coats. What for? The whole factory is a vast cold meat locker, but you're shivering in only a few minutes. Dragging the carcasses around is hard work, but it only keeps you so warm. Soon, your hands are totally numb. We can quit early, or we can keep going. Well, I mean, I assume that if I quit early, I'm not going to get paid, so let's keep going. You grit your teeth and keep working. By nightfall, you're shaking almost uncontrollably. You're paid a full day's wages, but it's hardly worth it. All right, well, at least I got some money there. So let's take a look at the train station. All right, so we can go to New York and Boston. Both are not in the direction that I want to go because I want to go to the west. So we'll just go ahead and leave Detroit. And we're going to keep going west. So let's see here. Let's head on down and cut across. You can kind of see there, you can see there's like the thumb or whatever in Michigan. So yeah, it is a pretty accurate representation of the U.S., that's for sure. Let's see if we can get over to this road and hitch a ride to, it's probably Chicago over there. Let's see what we can get. See if we can get over to this road. Some cars coming down at a steady pace, I think. All right, let's hold out that thumb. Let's get ready. Come on, catch a ride. We'll do it just like Borderlands. Catch a ride. There we go. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to head to Chicago. Yeah, it looks like Chicago. Maybe I'll get some deep dish pizza. All right. Let's see what we got. Enter Chicago. Downtown bustling behind you. Lake Michigan stretching before you. Chicago is beautiful, isn't it? But there's a dark heart to this place. Dangerous men on the streets and a glint of fear in people's eyes. Let's explore Chicago.
It's the midday, and yet this whole neighborhood is eerily quiet. Everyone seems to have retreated into their homes as if warned of something. You soon realize what? The reciprocating sound of a Thompson gun, emptying its drum.
Well, that's not good. Let's run for
Get
cover.
behind a car, putting the engine block between you and the sound. But it's muffled, coming from inside a building. You're in no danger, you think. So you allow yourself a peek above the black hull of the car.
Let's take a look.
And running down the cobblestone street, a man in fine, blood-spattered clothes. He has his hands out, mouth open, screaming something. But you don't catch what he says. He's drowned out by gunfire, and his body slumps to the ground.
He's gotta be screaming like, help me or something.
The men responsible, 3 abreast in dark overcoats and wide hats, walk up to him to check on the body. The smallest of the 3 has a nervous energy about him.
People are gonna see us, boss.
People ain't gonna see nothing. Not on these streets.
Well, that's Chicago. So you can earn some money here. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. I'm almost afraid to look for a job around here. Let's try to panhandle and see what we can get. You set yourself up under a statue of a man on a horse and lay your hat out on the ground. A few minutes later, you notice a very small child eyeing you from across the plaza. We can stay still or we can wave. Let's wave. He returns a nervous smile. A few moments later, you see him walk over to a bench and whisper something in his mother's ear. The child takes something from her and crosses the plaza. He drops some coins right into your hat and gives you a solemn nod. God bless you, he whispers. Oh, well, that's nice of him. Let's take a look at the train station. Oh, wow, we can go all the way to Washington. I don't think we need to go all the way to Washington because that would basically end the game right now. Let's go to Minneapolis. Let's go to Minnesota. There we go. Getting on that train ride, going to Minnesota. Wonder if they have the Mall of America. Probably not. Probably not. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the Let's Play so far. Once again, this is Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. It's a game inspired by folk tales and folk music of America, and it's the first project from the developer Dim Bulb Games. So, the developer of Gone Home is the creator of this game. So, hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Let's go ahead and explore Minneapolis.
3 delivery trucks sit on the waterfront, their drivers securing the cargo. 12 cop cars form a protective half-ring around them. Their occupants seem to be gearing up for combat.
What's happening?
You approach a pair of cops. The broad one pushes shells into a shotgun with a practiced motion and an undercurrent of excitement. His wiry partner indicates the trucks.
We got to get these through. Keep them secure.
From what?
The broad cop grunts. You been living under a rock?
Strikers,
Says the other. Socialist motherfuckers. The broad one adds. The wiry cop looks away.
Why are they striking?
The broad cop sneers. Doesn't matter. They better fall in line. The other shakes his head.
my cousin's out there. I don't think their demands are...
Maybe you're standing on the wrong side. Come on. They walk off to join a briefing huddle.
I think I'm just going to leave.
Whatever your feelings, there's nothing you can do. You turn away and walk back towards the river.
Let's keep on moving on. Alright, let's go ahead and earn some money. Wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's go ahead and try to look for work. The factory gates swing open. Who here can use a sewing machine? Shouts the foreman. You can mend holes with a needle and thread, but you haven't lived in the same house as a sewing machine in years. I don't raise my hand, or I can lie and raise my hand. Well, it's probably not good to lie, so I'm going to just not raise my hand. You don't much like the idea of walking through those heavy doors into the power of those cruel-eyed folks under the burden of a lie. You stay silent. They take in a few more workers for hauling and lifting, but that's the end of it. No work today. Well, maybe I should have raised my hand because I got nothing there, and I don't have any money, but this would only take me to Chicago and Denver, so... all right, I guess that's going to be it. Oh, can I get in the store? No, nothing in the store. All right, so let's see where we're going. Let's see, trying to get my bearings. Wisconsin. Nope, that's going to be going north. Let's see. Really hard to see here. All right, so west. This is going to be west. So we're going to head west. Oh, hitch a ride. Nope. He did not want to take me. He did not want to take me for a ride. Gonna just keep on hitting on west. There's a car coming up here. Maybe they will, maybe they'll pick me up. Pick me up, pick me up. Nope. They're not gonna pick me up. We'll keep on keeping on. Alright. This is Fargo, South Dakota, I think? Pretty sure it's South Dakota. Could be North Dakota, I think. I cannot remember. I don't remember my Dakotas. Yep, it's north. And I'm basically going to be taking a car ride right here, I think. I don't think he's going to keep going. Or maybe he is. Yep, he's going to keep on going. We're going to North Dakota. Keep on going, keeping on going. Let's see, where's the next town? Where is he going to stop? Or is he going to keep on going? He might just keep going forever. I have no idea at this point. Let's see. Missouri River. Alright, looks like I'm stopping here. Bismarck. Okay. Can I cross the bridge here? Oh, I think I have to cross here. Cross the river here. Alright. Missed him. Keep on going down the road. Let's see where we are on the map. Alright, so North Dakota, then we go to Montana, then Washington. So we're going pretty far across the map so far. Let's see. Yeah, there's a bunch of different characters up here, which I'm assuming is what we'll use to tell the stories with. But yeah, it looks like there's some folks right here. So I think I got quite a bit of stories that I can talk with. So it's good. It's always a good thing. All right, keeping on down the road. Where I'll stop, nobody knows. This guy gonna pick me up? Nope, they're not gonna pick me up. They do not take hitchhikers, apparently. We're getting close to Montana, though. Keeping on, trucking along. Is there anybody behind me? Yep, there's a guy right there. Come on, stop. Nope, you're not stopping. Here's another car, though. Maybe they'll stop for me. Nope, they are not going to stop. Let's keep on keeping on. Into Montana. Into Montana. Have you ever been to Montana? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've ever been to Montana or what's going on in Montana that's fun. I don't know what would possibly be going on in Montana. I have died. What? Oh, maybe I needed to get food or something. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I did not expect that to be a dynamic of the game. Just randomly keel over on the side of the road, I guess. But it looks like I went and I got a lot of different stories. A lot of people, you know, talking about it. So, yeah, so that's my first playthrough of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. And I want to thank the developer Dim Bulb Games for hooking me up with this game here. In exchange for my honest opinions, they were gracious enough to hand out free review codes for folks, content creators, to kind of make some content with, review the game for you know, their audiences and stuff like that. And I really do appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity. It's a fun game. It's definitely an interesting game. Where basically you're kind of just, you know, picking up the different stories, going from place to place. And it's kind of a game, you know, it's like a choose your own adventure kind of game. I mean, you're basically just kind of deciding where you want to go, you know, when you want to talk to people, when you want to meet with people, how you earn money. And I did not expect that to be a thing where basically you can just keel over and die on the side of the road. So the next time I play this game, I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye on my food and make sure that I'm not necessarily spending my money on travel and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a fun game, and if you guys like it, I'm sure it'll be on Steam soon. Remember, the game is Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. I'll have a link to the store page on Steam in the description, so make sure to check that out, as well to check out the Dim Bulb Games website, their official website, so you can learn more about the game. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'm MonkeyDude22. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of the game Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, make sure to click that like button and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the game was. I'd love to hear your feedback as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.